All right, this study just came out today from Wallet Hub, March 23rd, 2026, the most and least stressed states. Two things that I want to cover with you here. Number one, this research. Number two, the image behind me. So let's first look at this and understand when we look at stress. A lot of people say, oh, stress, I don't have any stress. Well, listen, if you are alive and living and thriving in this world, or living and existing in this world, I should say, you have stress every day. Your body's trying to adapt to stress. It's physical, it's chemical, it's emotional. In our modern day world, we have stresses coming at us at every angle. Okay. So this study looked at all of the states and they ranked them from 1 through 50. And you'll see here these red dots on the screen. Number 1, Louisiana. Number 2, Kentucky. Number 3, New Mexico. As we scroll down, what did they put into the study when they looked at this? They looked at right here across the board, overall rank, okay, from 1 to 50, the state, the total score, but work related stress, money related stress, that's going higher for everybody almost every day right now, family related stress, and then health and safety related stress. So when we scroll down through here, we're going to scroll down and you look at where Florida is. Florida, we're at number 20. Okay. I was very surprised to see this coming from New England, where life is very fast paced up there. I know the cost of living is very high. Look at this. Rhode Island's only 2 behind Florida. And then as we scroll down, Connecticut and Massachusetts and Vermont and New Hampshire, they're way down here. Like here's Massachusetts. I was very surprised. 42, 43, Connecticut. Vermont 46, New Hampshire 47. So this is looking at all of the impact of socioeconomics on our life, our health. When we look at health, optimal health is defined as an optimum state of physical, mental, social. We can add in spiritual well-being, not just the absence of disease and infirmity. But check this out. If we go further down here, average hours of work per week, the most in Alaska, the least in Utah. Average hours of sleep per night, the fewest in Hawaii, the most in Vermont. These all are facets of health that tie into our overall health status and how our body handles and adapts to stress, which we're going to talk about in just a second. So don't go anywhere. All right, percent of adults in fear and poor health. Number 1, the highest in poor health was West Virginia. The best health was Vermont. Job security, lowest Louisiana. Best Texas. Credit score, lowest Mississippi, highest Minnesota. Affordable housing, least affordable California, Hawaii, New York. No surprise, but look, Florida's creeping up there as well. Most affordable, Iowa. Percent of population living in poverty. This is a big one. Mississippi and Louisiana tied for number 1. Okay. New Hampshire is the least. When we look at divorce rate, number 1, New Mexico, 50, Utah. Florida's in there at number 5. Crime per capita. This is why New Mexico is ranked number 3, highest crime rate. Okay, and I was surprised looking at this. Rhode Island's at 48th. I think the stats might be skewed there, but psychologists per capita, that's going to tie into our mental health, right? Fewest in Mississippi, highest in Massachusetts. So they go through all of these different data points to look at the most and least stressed states. And why is this important? Well, our stress response determines our health response, our health expression. That's the image behind me. We're going to jump into that next here. All right, let's dive into a Cliff Notes understanding of the autonomic nervous system. This is why your body is stuck, not healing, brain fog, digestive issues, joint pains and aches, blood pressure issues. It comes down to this system. So there's 2 parts to the system. We have the parasympathetic part, which is the body's brake pedal that slows things down, rest and digest, controls those things. Then we've got the sympathetic nervous system. That's the body's gas pedal, speeds things up. That's our fight or flight response. When those systems are in good balance, we have a state of homeostasis. Body's regulating itself properly. Remember, the body's designed to be healthy. It's really smart. Our modern day world is just unnaturally stressful. So when we perceive stressors, when the brain perceives a stressor of any kind, this sympathetic system, the fight or flight system, kicks in. Short term, it's normal and it's healthy because then the parasympathetic system here takes over and downregulates everything. But when we are in chronic or prolonged states of stress where that sympathetic nervous system kicks in, the blood pressure goes up and stays up, cholesterol goes up and stays up, triglycerides go up and stay up, blood sugar goes up and stays up. You know what goes down? Digestion, healing, repair, immune system, libido, for fertility, all the things that are for growth because the body's in survival. This is a huge reason why you're not healing, why you're doing all of what you might think are all the right things, but your body's stuck, still brain fog, still wired but tired. Okay. So, some simple things. This system needs to be cared for regularly throughout our life. It should start at birth, happen through every stage of life until our very last breath of life. This is where chiropractic comes in because, oh, by the way, the spine, which is your suit of armor for the nervous system, it literally houses and protects this nervous system. And unfortunately, starting at birth, that spine can become injured and misaligned, called a subluxation, that puts pressure, tension, compression on that nervous system, and it creates a miscommunication between the brain and the body. So it directly impacts the body's ability to heal, repair, and adapt so that we get to homeostasis. What happens though is when we stay in that dominant sympathetic state, work, stress, finances, okay, processed foods, ultra processed foods, screens, lack of sleep, the body is in constant survival. It's a reason why blood pressure goes up, weight gain happens, weight loss resistance happens, joint aches and pains. We start to age faster than what we should. Simple couple little strategies for you. Drink more water, get off your screens about an hour or two before you go to bed. Get outdoors and watch the sunrise. Great time of year to do this. Put your feet in the grass, watch the sunrise, do the same thing at the end of the day with the sunset. That will help with circadian rhythms. I'm going to host a webinar coming up. We're going to dive into this a little bit more in depth, understanding the nervous system, which is the number one pillar in addressing your health. Number two is addressing foods and making sure you're eating the right foods. Number three is restoring nutrient deficiencies, not taking 10 or 15 different supplements, but restoring the things you're deficient with. And then number four, opening up detox pathways gently, naturally, cellular detoxification. Okay, those four things, they're really simple. It's a reboot, it's a reset for your body and what it already knows how to do. It's returning it to normal. So stay tuned. There'll be a webinar coming up in the next few weeks. I'll put some information on about that, but check out the most and least stressed states and the research in there. And then go back and revisit this and ask yourself what you're doing for yourself on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis to ensure the integrity of your brain and nervous system and making sure we're in a homeostatic state and not a constantly stressed state.